The Terminator just went full MAGA on CNN.
Here, they're cheating, and they're having a war on cheating here in America with this gerrymandering. So it's really sad.
Democratic Governor Newsom was asked this week about your efforts to lobby against the measure. I want you to take a listen to what he said and then respond on the other side.
He's wrong. What we're doing is temporary. It's completely transparent, and it's democratic. This is a revolution that's going on in real time in our country. We need to wake up. Prop 50 is foundational if we're going to save this republic. So I would say to those that are opposed to it, wake up to these new realities. Spare me the moral high ground.
So I know you know this, sir, but this is a prevalent view among Democratic voters and Democratic officials. They think Republicans are blowing up all norms and standards for behavior, and they feel, therefore, they have to take extraordinary action in response. Are their concerns invalid, do you think?
I think when they say this is temporary, there is no such thing. I mean, the longest programs are government programs that are temporary. Okay, just remember that if it is a tax program or if it is the redistricting program, anything that is temporary with government is permanent. So they, in the year 2032, when the independent redistricting commission is supposed to come back, they're going to say, wait a minute, there's still gerrymandering going on in Texas. There's still gerrymandering going on in Ohio. There's still gerrymandering going on in Florida. We have to continue with the gerrymandering. This is what's going to happen. They will find an excuse. So therefore, I don't think it is temporary. So that's total fantasy. So the second thing is that you cannot cheat your way out of it. What they should do is, what the Democrats should do is they should outperform Trump. To me, it's all about competition creates performance.
Democrats can't do that. They got to cheat. Yeah. You could easily take 30, 40 seats away from Democrats if you minus the illegal immigrants they have. And the gerrymandering that they've already achieved in those states. They easily 40 seats. I mean, you look at Illinois, that state, the way gerrymandering state, it looks so weird. Yeah.
And so what they do is with the redistricting commission is that they're going to go and try to draw the district lines in such a way that they get voted in no matter if they work well or not for the American people. So the American people get cheated on this whole thing. That is really the problem here. To me, I understand that the Democrats and Republicans have to fight about this, but the ones that are not really getting anything out of this is the people of America. I think that if you want to really fight for democracy, why would you go and destroy the Constitution in California, tear it up, and go redo it, do the whole thing? So to me, it just doesn't make any sense at all, the whole thing.
As you acknowledged, this all started because of redistricting in Texas, and this was Trump pushing Republican-controlled states to throw out their current congressional maps so as to cook the books, so that it is less likely for Democrats to retake control of the House during the next year midterms. I mean, is it fair to argue that do you believe that the Republican Party is starting this?
No, Jake. There has been gerrymandering going on for 200 years. There is such extreme gerrymandering going on that in a state like Massachusetts, it has like 40% of the people voting for Trump, they have 0 representatives. The Republican Party has 0 representatives sent to the House. Think about that. In New Mexico, 45% of the people voted for Trump and vote Republican, and 0 is sent to the House. 0 representatives from the Republican Party. So there's gerrymandering, crazy gerrymandering going on all over the country, and
Yeah, this did not start in Texas. Yeah. And I can make an argument that the reason why Republicans are gerrymandering in Texas and other red states is because they're trying to level the playing field, because Democrats have been cheating forever. Yeah. They've already been doing this. I'm not sure why the Republicans didn't push back. I don't get it. Now they want to, follow the Democrats' lead. Okay, you gerrymander in these states. You put Republicans at a huge disadvantage. We should have representation in all these states, but since you gerrymandered, we don't have any representation. And he pointed that out. Yeah.
We wanted to try to stop it in California, and we did stop it in California, and we went around the country. So I think this whole thing about finger pointing and saying they did it, so therefore we should doing it, that's not really the way to go. The one party should outperform the other party. It should be performance. And when it comes to midterm elections, as you know, always the party that is not in the White House usually wins by 20, 25, 30 seats.
Yeah, and that's exactly why they started this in Texas. Right. Because Trump's, during his first presidency, he got impeached for nothing. Twice. So typically when whoever wins the presidency, they lose a lot of seats. Right. Trump knows if I lose seats, these fools are going to impeach me again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start deporting all their voters. Because they count them during the census.
Yeah.
That's how they get all these seats.
Exactly.
Yeah, so he's getting out of ahead of it to keep it from happening.
Exactly. And you can't blame Republicans for doing it because we're just trying to level the playing field. I mean, we're on unlevel playing fields. If you got all these states voting 40% for a Republican, we have absolutely no representation. That is not fair to the Republican voters in those states.
Yeah, it's wrong for Texas to do it, but California, it's fair. And it was in y'all's constitution in that state.
Yeah. But then they say Trump is against the Constitution. He's a threat to democracy. You look back when Reagan defeated Mondale?
I say about 20 years. When Reagan defeated Mondale, the only state Democrats won was Minnesota. And then ever since then, it's been downhill ever since then.
Yeah. Why? Gerrymandering.
So what does 5 seats matter in the first place in Texas? It is crazy. We should outperform them. Here, they're cheating and seats.
Okay.
So what does 5 seats matter in the first place in Texas? It is crazy. We should outperform them.
Yeah. You know, and the Supreme Court is looking at the southern states.
Yeah.
That could have a huge impact on our elections going forward because they actually gerrymandered those states, Louisiana, Alabama, all those southern states.
So they have black representation.
Which is not fair.
Yeah, it's not.
Like it's based on a racial premise.
Yeah.
It's based on race. It should be just based on the voters, who they want, but no, they intentionally gerrymandered because, you know, back in those days, this country was systemically racist.
Well, gerrymandering brought us Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah.
What's that?
Al Green.
Al Green. That's why those people are in power. It's because of the black vote.
Yeah. In a way, yeah.
That's the only way they get into power. If just common sense, Latinos, white people was voting, they wouldn't be in power. But black people, they vote for people just because of the color of their skin. And that's how they got all that power. And these are like the biggest idiots in our Congress because it's gerrymandering. I'm thinking they're going to vote against that. They're going to get rid of it. You can't, it's illegal. It's unconstitutional to set up voting districts based on skin color.
Yeah, that's unconstitutional, and it's by today's standards, that's racist.
Yeah.
So it should, I mean, that should be obvious to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, that's why Trump's going to deport all their voters. I think he's going to break a record during his presidency. He's going to get rid of them so when the next census come around, they're going to get less representation.
Yeah.
Because technically they can't vote.
Right.
But you know they're voting, especially like in California. They're giving them driver's licenses.
They don't even, the damage is already done. Just them counting them on the census creates, we have foreign nationals in our country just being represented over American citizens. That is just asinine. I can't believe we allowed that to happen to begin with, but those people, deport them all or don't count them on the census and remove all these gerrymandering, especially in New Mexico, Massachusetts. And I'm look at Illinois. I mean, they have at least 40 to 50 seats that they do not deserve.
Yeah.